The last 2 days of arriving into Paraguay and the capital city of Asuncion it has been really bad weather. It's been cloudy, it's been miserable, it's been raining. But look at that sky. It's blue, it's beautiful, the sun is shining. So I've come out, where else where the sun is shining? To the waterfront. And I'm gonna have a wander around because I'm still in Old Town, which is just over there. And I think because them buildings over there look a bit more modern, that could be New Town, modern side, but I'm not too sure. Because I've been concentrating on this area for the last 2 days, and even though it's rough and ready, I've actually enjoyed it. So I'm stood on top of the tourist information centre, and I'm just gonna have a wander in and see if they've got any maps, place to see, and just have a walk along this waterfront, because from looking at the map it looks not too bad. But where I'm standing is this thing here, and there's a sign just there which tells you it is an installation meant to represent Paraguayan music. So what it is it looks like a piano with pipes, and inside there's water, because I've just had a look at it. So it represents Guarani music, and it was this thing here is actually dedicated to Jose Flores, who's the bloke who created the Paraguayan traditional music style. Now, I'm assuming you can press these things. Right. Oh yeah. Well, that's cool. Let's do happy birthday. Well, that's the first few notes. That's very messy with all the water. Wow. It's a big old thing. I like. Right, let's get into the tourist information centre. Well, they weren't the most helpful. Bless them. They looked a bit busy on their coffee break. The young lady that spoke English told me there's a QR code. It gives you lots of maps. And I said, well, I can get the maps on Google. I just need a map to show me where to go. Oh, you'll get it off the QR code. Yeah, thank you. But anyway, I've come away with what I thought was a map of Paraguay, but it's not. It's of a certain area within Paraguay. Yeah, I think I've been to better tourist office, but this is the riverside. There is sand. There's lots of sand over there. So this, for a landlocked country, it's got a beach that's got sand on it, and in the background you've got a Ferris wheel. So the river here is the Paraguay River. That's easy enough for me to remember. And that over there is still Paraguay, but as I go further on I will be able to see Argentina. Right, what I'm going to do is have a walk up to, there's an Instagram place sign. Need to get my Instagram pictures done. I mean, it's really, really clean. I'm quite impressed with this. So there is the Instagram sign, which I'll be about to take in a minute. Basically says, I love Asu. Maybe they haven't got enough letters to fill out the full name of the city. Oh well. And there's security everywhere. Good to see. Right, Instagram pictures. So as you walk along this waterfront, and it looks really well maintained, you've got all the food stalls all packed up. So I can imagine that in the night time, this is the place to be. And I have come out late today. It is mid-afternoon, and that's because this morning I was busy. If you've been following me, you'll know it's an ongoing story, broken tooth, and this morning I decided just let's go to a dentist. So on Google Maps I found a dentist that was a couple of minutes walk away from the hostel I've been staying in. Had a wander down. They booked me in straight away for a consultation. I sat down in the chair. The dentist spoke a little bit of English. There was no x-rays. There was a little bit of prodding. And she just said, extraction. Take it out. Okay then. Now the consultation was 110,000, and I just went, well, are you not going to do any x-rays? You're going to do, all you've done is just touched it. No, that's all you need. So they wanted blood tests separately. They wanted me to book an appointment on Wednesday, which is in 2 days' time, and then from there they said I would need a whole week's rest. And I thought, just for a tooth being pulled out, and the price was about 100,000, which I'm trying to think, is that right? But it was expensive. It works out about £100 altogether, so it could be more. It's very confusing. I just didn't feel that it was right, especially when she went blood tests for diabetes and all that lot. Diabetes? Get a tooth pulled out, that's it. Oh wow, look at that. Now that looks like statues you get in Easter Island. Totally wrong. Not Easter Island, Jeju Island in South Korea. A beautiful island I've been to before, and next to it is a stone lady diver, also from Jeju in South Korea. And there's both signs down there to say, yeah, from Jeju. Bit random. So I've just done a bit of Google and Translate on the sign, and this is a statue representing the symbol of protection. So I just jumped the fence and touched it to help me protect my tooth. Hopefully that'll help. And yeah, these are lady divers that'll go down to the bottom of the sea without any oxygen masks to collect seaweed, shellfish. Basically a proper tough legendary woman. I'm just wondering, why South Korea and Paraguay, Jeju and Paraguay. I mean, I can't find any sort of anything online to say that they're united in something, but I do know that South Korea does send out a lot of stuff to say do you want to be friends? Here's a free statue. So maybe it's just a basic tourism thing, especially when you've got another tourist office straight across the road from it. So yeah, so now that I've got a bit of protection on my tooth from that statue, I politely declined blood tests for every single ailment I might have just to get a tooth taken out. And instead, tomorrow, because this is the old town, I am heading into the modern side and go to a better dentist. Yeah, I mean, it's not really giving me that much problem. It's just every now and again there's a very small dull ache that's annoying, and then obviously it'll go away. I can drink cold water, sensitivity none. Ice cream, hot foods, not that I'm eating a lot of ice cream. Oh, there's loads of statues around here. And Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space, and that's in Russian down there. Now that is more random than the Jesus statues down there. Why would the first man in space from Russia be on a Paraguayan riverfront? And that statue was donated just last year by Russia, when Russia's not everyone's friend at the moment. A lot of weirdness, a lot of randomness, and I'm thinking, what's going to be next? Am I going to see a statue of Winston Churchill? Oh, nope, there is another statue there. I'm just trying to work out who it is. Oh my god, it's Gandhi. Now that was not on my list. Gandhi. So this was revealed in 2022. My life is my message. That is so random. It's just a collection of random people along this waterfront. I don't even want to guess who I can see next, but I think that is the end of statues. Now across the road is a park. There is a Ferris wheel. I did read a review online to say the views from there are amazing, but it didn't look that high. The park itself, I mean, it is closed, but it looks decent enough if you're a kid. And I've actually come to the end of the beach, and I haven't really walked that far. I mean, the green building over there is the tourist information office, so there's a lot to see around here. But because it's the edge, the promenade walkway goes into a smaller one, so I don't know if this is the end of the beachfront walk. I mean, I'm going to carry on walking, and you've still got security right at the end just to keep me in tow, make sure I don't do anything dodgy. It is perfect weather today. So I've got to the end of the walkway and I've ended up at Puerto de Asuncion. They look like reclaimed docklands. Change it into offices or probably apartments. I mean, it's a big old area, but I've just seen this random statue. Vincent Scavone, an immigrant from Italy. God, he's thin. One suitcase, no iPad, no PlayStation. Poor lad. I don't think it has been modernised, updated. It seems to be the original building inside as well. And walking along, I've just seen a doorway to the front, so I'm going to walk through. Why not? It's a bit empty. Oh, there's a guard. Hola, Chloe. Gracias. Oh wow. Yeah, it looks better from the front than it does from the back. I wonder what this place is. So I've just had to Google this place just to find out what it is. And it is the cultural centre of the port of Asuncion. And it is the old port. But this has been changed into a place for exhibitions, events, art spaces and cultural stuff. I just walked in through the back. So this is it. This is the end. You've still got a working port in there, and this leads on to, there's a military camp just down that way, and then back into the old town there. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I like randomness, and there was tons of it. But I think I need to go back to the hostel. Been out for about 2 hours, and as I've said, tomorrow I'll be heading to the modern side, which is about 4 kilometers, I think, that way, to see what it's like, to see why people are coming to Paraguay, and to find a dentist. But if you've enjoyed this video, then all you got to do is press that like button, and if you want to see the modern side of the city, then all you got to do is subscribe. But until the next time, I'm off to Google dentists. Bye bye for now.